Alright, this is for test corrections for section 3 only. For section 3, we have two types of problem. The first type of problem is in vertex form. So looking at number 10, we have vertex form, and that's the one that says y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So if I want to connect the pieces here, then I know a would be negative 2. I know h would be 1, because notice that this is minus here and this is minus here, so the h matches up exactly with 1, and the k is going to match up with 5 because this is plus and this is plus, so everything matches up exactly. For the vertex in vertex form, you take the h, which for us is 1, and the k, which for us is 5. Now notice, in the original problem here, this is x minus 1. So when we put it into the vertex down here, it's positive 1. Anything in x world is always opposite. So there's my vertex. The a works just like the slope we've used before. That's going to tell us how much to go up or down. And so now we're just going to graph this. Since h and k are my vertex, I'm going to go to 1, 5. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there. My slope is negative 2, so I'm going to go down 2 and write 1. So that's going to be right in here. And then the same thing on the other side. Mirrors that point, so it makes a U. Connecting these points, you can see my U, and this is upside down. So if it's upside down, then which way does it open? It opens down. Okay, our vertex is 1, 5. We've already got that. Remember, the axis of symmetry is a line. It's a vertical line. It's imaginary, but it goes right down the middle of your parabola. So the axis of symmetry, x equals 1. It's always the same as the x in the vertex. The x in the vertex and the x in the axis of symmetry, both 1. Now, this has a maximum because it does have a highest point. The maximum point is the vertex point, so when I write the maximum point, I'm going to use 1, 5. So the vertex is our max. That's vertex form. The other type of problem in this section is when you're in intercept form. And in intercept form, you have a parenthesis x minus p parenthesis x minus q. So for us, a matches up here, which it looks like there's nothing there, but we know that there's a 1. X minus p is going to match up here, but this is plus and this is minus. So they're opposites. So p is going to be the opposite of what we have right here. So the opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. So p is the opposite, and q is also going to be the opposite because it's in opposite world. So this says minus 3, but we know it'll actually be positive 3 because it is in x world. Okay, to use the p and q to graph, these are x-intercepts. That means on the x-axis, I can go to negative 1, and I can go to positive 3, and I can go ahead and put a dot at each of those places. I know whatever my parabola looks like, whether it opens up or opens down, I know it's going to go through those two dots because those are my x-intercepts. Now to find the vertex point that's between them, the formula is p plus q divided by 2. Okay, well, what is p? P is negative 1. What is q? Q is positive 3. Negative 1 plus 3 divided by 2. So that's going to be 2 divided by 2, which is 1. That's not my whole vertex, but it does tell me that my vertex is going to be on this line here. Okay, so to find the y value, I'm going to go back to my original and plug that in. So I know that p plus q over 2 was 1. So let's see if I can erase some space here. Alright, p plus q over 2 did equal 1. So when I go back to the original equation, y equals parentheses 1 plus 1 times parentheses 1 minus 3. That's from right here. Y equals 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So my y value is negative 4. So my vertex point is 1, negative 4. 1, negative 4 is the vertex point. So when I go to 1, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where my vertex point is going to be. I already had my x-intercepts, my p, my q, so when I connect those three things and extend it out, then I have my parabola. Okay, this opens up. The vertex is 1, negative 4. Axis of symmetry, same thing we did before. It's the same as my x value of my vertex, so it's 1. That's my axis of symmetry. X equals 1 because it is a line. Remember that. And we have a minimum on this graph, and the minimum is the same as the vertex. So 1, negative 4, there's a negative in there. 1, negative 4 is my minimum, and it's also my vertex. So those are all the points for the intercept form. Alright, for section 4, see the next video.